Alright, welcome back to the channel. What we're going to run with today is chest day, chest and shoulders. We'll throw a little biceps in there as well. What we're going to start with is this hoist pec deck. It's always nice going to a different gym and then trying out new equipment. Not a huge fan of like the newer hoist, but the older hoist is kind of okay. This one's a little bit weird. It's got the D handle kind of thing for the handles, but we'll just get this thing set up and then we'll see how it feels. All right, we'll get this thing adjusted first. That's actually system. All right. I like doing a little bit of single arm before I get into both arm. I tend to warm up pretty extensively if I'm involving any kind of pressing movement or anything to do with my shoulders. A shoulder injury would not be ideal. This actually doesn't feel that bad. Not as bad as I thought it would. All right. Okay. For this single arm, we'll go up and wait just a little bit. Not gonna go crazy with these. I'm gonna do a kind of working set with them. Just really using this to get a little bit more blood in the area before we get into some heavier pec deck. Now, in terms of what kind of heavy press we do, what we were running with was some incline dumbbell, but I'm not a huge fan of like the older dumbbells like this. I just don't like the way that they feel. Not a huge fan of them. Also, the benches here aren't as stable as I would like them to be. Like, that is kind of what I like in newer gyms, is that the dumbbells are a little bit more calibrated. They're not like screwed on like this. And the benches are a lot more stable as well. But they do have a good Smith machine, so we might use the Smith machine and start trying to get strong on some incline Smith machine press, which I'm not against doing either. They have an incline hammer strength too. Not a huge fan of that machine, and I prefer not to do it. But if we absolutely need to, I'm not against throwing that thing in there. But once again, newer gym, I don't mind just kind of trying different things out. I mean, they also have like this plate loaded incline right here. They got a good bit of chest stuff in here. I guess we could do like an incline barbell incline something, but I just want a little bit more incline volume. All right. Okay. All right, so we went up and waited a good little bit, and we'll get one more set with the single arm. Okay. So we finish off with the single arms. The single arms, I kind of like trying to go as far across my body as possible, get as much shoulder reduction as much as I can. But now we're gonna do some both arm pec deck. We'll get the feeler sets and then some working sets in with that. And then if the Smith machine's available, we'll do some incline Smith. Haven't done incline Smith in a little bit, but we'll try to get back into it, get as strong as we possibly can with it. And we'll go from there. Okay. That's a nice feel. Okay. That first set felt all right. We're gonna go up and wait a little bit, do another. We'll start with the working sets. We're gonna do some incline Smiths. A little bit colder today, so it's been a good little bit of time warming up, doing all of our shoulder rotations. Just trying to keep my shoulders as healthy and as well as I possibly can. Going into this, as we start to push the bulk a little bit more, start pushing a little bit more weight since we're gonna give ourselves a little bit more food. So, but with that comes just a slight little bit more risk of an injury. So just kind of playing it safe, warming up as much as we can, especially in this colder weather. But I do kind of prefer the colder weather workouts anyway, just because I don't know, if it's hot, you're just spending a lot of energy trying to keep yourself cool. And then I guess the worst thing about it being cold is that it just takes forever for you to warm up or something like that. Anyway, we took long enough for rest interval, so let's get another one. I like this pec deck, but these things are a little bit weird, especially if you're doing it with like both arms, because they're not as fixed as I would like them to be. We get one more set right over there at the pec deck. Pump's already pretty good, so that's a plus. All right. I'd be almost tempted to kind of lower this seat by one. It's not gonna make too much of a difference, but. Jump. Jump. Up. 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 We got a little bit longer of a rest interval going. That's okay. I'm completely fine with that. But we're just waiting on the Smith machine, and then the second we get it, we'll get the warm-up sets. We'll probably do one warm-up set because it's been a little bit longer of a rest interval. Pump's really good though. Definitely feel it very well. And we'll try to work it up to about 2 plates. 2.5 maybe, who knows? I haven't done Smith machine bench in a while. We'll just play it by ear. All right, make sure this bench is even. That's another thing about Smith machine bench press. A little bit harder to set up than a dumbbell bench press. I guess besides trying to get the dumbbells into place. Not that big of a deal. Okay. And move the bench a little bit back. And a little bit forward. It's probably one of the smoothest Smith machines I've ever used. Yeah, okay, this feels really good. The thing about these filler and warm-up sets is I'm just kind of running right through them because they're not going to fatigue me as much as the working sets. But whenever we find that working weight, we'll take a good little bit of rest in between them. They don't really have a flat chest press machine in here, which is what I prefer to do after a movement like this. So we might get a little bit more incline volume with one of the plate-loaded presses over there. That's just because the priority is upper chest whenever I'm hitting chest. But once again, we'll just play it by ear, and then for as long as we're at this gym, it'll be kind of the chest day that we try to build off of for a little bit. All right, Yeah, we'll probably just throw on 2 plates. That felt really good. I'm okay if we only get like 2 plates for 5. Just trying to get back right into it because we haven't done an actual dedicated incline Smith for about a year or 2 at this point. Just sticking to incline dumbbell. But I mean, we got hella strong incline dumbbell, so happy with that. Happy to change it up a little bit. But man, it's just something about the metal dumbbells. I always feel like I'm gonna get injured with them. But it's probably one of the best Smith machines I've ever used. So we'll just stick with it for a little bit and see what we can do. Feelers set in. They're playing some good music in here. Motionless in White. They're pretty good. And I kind of wish I could put a little bit of their stuff over these videos, but I don't want to get a copyright. I assume that'll prevent YouTube from pushing my stuff out, but I don't really know. They're looking at me, it's making me nervous. All right, 6 reps is that for the kind of feeler set. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty sure with this next set we should be able to get like 8, and then we might do another set with that. But we're not gonna go heavier than 2 plates. Next week we'll try to, attempt to. But considering that we kind of stalled out at about 2 plates last time we did it, and we could barely get it for like 2, I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, still kind of thinking about what we're gonna do after. I know that we wanna get maybe 2 more working sets with incline chest, and then we'll do a flat chest press movement, and then some low to high fly. No, high to low fly. Big difference there. And we'll do a little bit of shoulders, a little bit of biceps. Surprisingly, my biceps and triceps are still pretty sore from last video that we did on arms, but that's because we took a week off, and every now and then that's probably the best thing you do. Take a week off, give your body a little bit of time, because it doesn't recover so much from set to set. So I feel great. That might be why we're lifting so much weight today. All right, we're getting this first kind of working set. We'll see how this feels. It takes me a little bit to kind of get used to a exercise, used to a certain weight. So it's like the second I take something out from a program and then I put it back in after a certain amount of months, it takes me maybe 2 or 3 weeks to actually like start adding some weight to it after I kind of nail the form again. Well, something like this, it's not a very complex movement like maybe like an incline barbell would be. I mean, it's just on a machine, so it doesn't take too much thinking, too much stabilizer muscle. But all right, let's see how this feels. All right, we're gonna go for 1 more. I'm gonna shoot for the same amount of reps, 6, maybe 7, right around there. But if we only get like 5, that's okay too. It's like the last set, so I'm completely okay with that. And maybe if we even get 4, I might do a drop set if we only get 4, just for a little bit extra volume in there. And then we're gonna go get set up on the plate loaded incline over there. Now they've got a hammer strength incline. They also have a Magnum incline. Hammer strength's a little bit more free than the Magnum one, but I did use the Magnum one at one point. I kind of liked it a little bit. So we'll try both, I don't really care. And then we'll figure out something to do for like medial chest. I don't want to come back here. I'd rather have just like a straight like machine, pencil-like machine for a chest press, but they don't really have one here, so we'll make do. The thing about it is if you know how to work out, you can really get a good workout in anywhere, because reality is certain machines are just gonna do the exact same thing. Maybe it has like a different resistance profile, but at the end of the day, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, I guess if we really wanted to, we could just go back to the flies, just do it a little bit lighter, but all right, we'll see. Okay. All right, we failed right at 5 there, which is kind of what I wanted. Anyway, we have 2 choices. We're gonna do this one for the flat chest, and then we'll do this one for a little bit more incline volume. So just get kind of a feeler set in with it. We already have enough blood in our chest to where we don't need a ton of warm-up sets. So we just need to find that working weight and then bust out 2 sets with it. And as for this, we'll see how it feels. I don't like how the handles are very fixed. It's kind of the same thing here. We might do it with the neutral grip, but I don't like neutral grip of chest that much. All right. Okay, so we just got done kind of a feeler set with it. We might just do 3 plates with it. I did lower the seat a little bit because I didn't like the way my elbows were flaring out. So just raise the seat up a little bit, will fix that. Anyway, we'll do 1 or 2 more sets with this, and then we'll see how this feels. I mean, yeah, it's just not a unilateral kind of thing. I prefer it to be unilateral. I have kind of like an incline thing, right? No, decline chest press right there, but I'm not really going for decline. I just want kind of a medial chest press. Well, I guess we could just do a medial fly again. It's going to do essentially the same thing. Horizontal chest adduction. All right, let's see how this feels. What these body master machines is, but that was one of the older gyms I went to. It was always this side where the plates just always kind of just fell off, and you could never find a clip that just fits it perfectly. Okay, we didn't get as much reps as I wanted right there, so we'll just lower the weight and then get another working set. And we'll get 1 more. These handles like destroy my thumbs. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get the feeler sets in for this high to low fly. This is another one of those machines where it's not the properly sized cable, so it feels a little weird as you raise the weight. But it's okay. As long as it's even. Okay. All right, pump covers off for like this clip. We'll start getting some shoulder volume right after this. So after the frontal press, and then the rest is just going to be some side and rear delt work. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna use this standing lateral raise machine. These things are pretty rare, few and far between, very niche machine. So it is cool that this gym has it. Problem is, I'm a little bit too short to actually like have it line up for the proper like resistance curve that I want. So we just put a little plate right there and we'll just stand on that and it makes it near perfect. But anyway, we'll get some feeler sets and we'll do actually kind of a lot of working sets with it. I like this machine. Oh, okay. And another one. We're just gonna do as much of these until we can't anymore. We'll do as much as we can with both arms, and we'll just burn out with like single arm, just because whenever machine is kind of feeling good, there's no point in me trying to switch it up with dumbbells or anything like that. It's just gonna work the exact same thing, but this is gonna be a little bit better. So we'll just do as much of these as we can, and then we'll do a frontal press, and then some rear delt work, and that's it for the workout. But we might just get done with all the side delt work, and then we'll go do a physique check, and then we'll just stop recording. Something like that. I don't want this video to end up being an hour. All right, we'll just do one frontal press. I don't like doing any front raises. I just don't feel them as well as I do a press, in my front delts at least. Gonna go crazy light with these probably. That's okay. Yeah, I already don't like this thing. Because instead of converging in, it converges out. Yeah, it just looks stupid. I will say they have this really cool rear delt machine in here. So we're also gonna try that thing out too. And then we're gonna pose. It's maybe a longer video, that's okay. All right. It's kind of a rear delt fly, but stable movement, super easy. A lot better than a dumbbell. And all right, back in that kind of posing room kind of thing. So let's do a quick physique check, see how we look. Pump's really good. Oh man, just try to get as much light in here as we possibly can. We had more light in here yesterday, but I can't figure it out. Right, we're big, we're very big. Shape is still there, but that is it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. All my other socials are in the link below. There's still time to take advantage of Gorilla Mode's Cyber Monday. My code is right there and the link will be in the description. So don't miss out on that. Everything is 40% off and my code gets you an additional 10. So run the code up. I appreciate you guys and I'll see you in the next video.